And then I remembered that part was super interesting too.
No problem, man. You're phenomenal at this, dog. Just with the corporate infrastructure, like I come from a family where education is deemed important because I suppose that it offered my parents a new way of living. Poverty, stricken communities, and uneducated. Uh, it's a thing. So when they were brave at the young age and they pursued information and education, they, although it wasn't the common thing to do, it kind of helped shape them. So even now my sister's is like got honors in marketing, and like I'm the least educated at home. So one thing I no, like big facts, I'm the black sheep, no pun.
Ah.
So with that being said, I kind of understood that I may not, one thing I do understand for me, because it may not be true for someone else, from my experience, I have to take learning very serious. But if I can combine fun and expression with learning, then I'm in another zone. And that's what I try to encompass. So when I went to the agency, I hope they don't watch this. I told myself, because James Bond, like we used to get DVDs at home, I was like, I'm going to be an espionage act. I'm going to learn these infrastructures, these systems, and make apply it to myself, these principles, like I am a brand. So how would I approach an artwork? How does it transcend more? You know what I mean? And at the time, it's just weird thinking, because it's like, who's funding you? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? You met with a lot of that kind of resistance, but today I'm able to be in a position where I have a company registered to me, and I'm slowly trying to learn more and more. So in terms of the day-to-day operations, I'll just get a fucking paper thrown at me by the traffic lady. I get a bunch of jobs on emails, and I'd have to create content, whether it's for Facebook, Twitter, social, whatever it is. And we basically try get our clients by presenting content that is exciting to their brand and localizing it. So coming up with the copy, coming up with the animation. If you have to get the camera and take quick pictures, do that. Put their logo, whatever it is. So it was very fast paced and high paced, but I got to meet a lot of interesting type of people that I probably wouldn't meet and still have relationships with, that enabled me to kind of think the way I do.
Yeah, that's super valuable stuff. And it's really translatable into a freelance economy. And I think everybody should find a job in their day job life where they can go in and become James Bond and take that back into their existence. Because, yo, a lot of what I do now is stuff I've done for a living, man. Like, you do a webinar for work. A
Mm,
lot of that's where it started for me, right? A webinar. What's the difference between this and a webinar?
mm,
Nothing.
mm,
Honestly, there's no difference. A lot of these terms are interchangeable. Podcast, webinar, the
mm.
same fucking thing. Okay,
Big facts.
talk,
Big facts.
talk radio. Psh, okay, maybe a little
Mm.
different, but same fucking thing. But like,
Radio's dead, bro. People don't well,
that's
not
not
dead, but
true. I was
yeah,
so
no, I know,
wrong.
I know.
No, I googled it. So there are two kinds of radio that are killing it. Talk,
Hmm.
talk radio never died. Talk
Yes.
radio is litty. Yeah, this talk radio, and then country. But country makes
Yes.
sense because the average demographics for country tend to like things like not evolving technologically. So
Yes.
country radio is number two. And then it goes into like
Are
pop.
those forms of terrestrial radio? Is it online radio?
No, the country is like in the car, country station, like, because it's,
Yes.
and then talk radio, same thing, because people actually do like to listen to talk radio while they're driving to work and shit. So it actually has a
Mm.
huge thing in, especially, and actually talk radio is crazy because it's not just old people. So one time I was talking shit, and so I made a Facebook post like, who the fuck even, whatever, whatever. Yo, shout
Hmm.
out Golden Jenny with the subscription. Woo, y'all are
Hey,
wonderful.
Jenny.
Um, so then I'm sitting there and I'm like, who the fuck even listens to radio? And yo, all walks of life, all demographics showed up. People were like, I do, I do, I do, I do. And yo, on the way, and I'm like, realize, yo, car people, and I'm not car people. I'm cycle people.
Yes.
Cycle people is be Spotify's and yo, that's crazy. Your lights just changed. Spotify,
Yeah, I
like
was
in, and like,
trying to make it nice.
no, it is nice. It's been nice the whole time. And then car people have very different habits, and I realized no, the car community fucks with radio. And that's it. They like radio. I don't know who else does,
Big
but
facts.
car people. So there is actually a market there, and I was an idiot for ignoring it for as long as I did.
Mm,
And
mm.
I'm now more open minded about if an opportunity pops up, jumping on proper radio just to be, because my mom would fucking flex on that shit. It's like there's people.
Bro, you reminding me. We were on the IMX project, and during my agency run, your boy MX did a voiceover for a brand called Rexona. We call it Axe in South Africa. So I was able to do a voiceover, and that shit was on radio for like 6 months. But I didn't understand technical and mechanical rights. So I just did it as part of my job for a little small thing. But I thought it was quite dope how I was able to use my actual song that I was doing in my outside work life, incorporate that for an actual brand. I think that's when I started realizing that, hey, what you do, your day job, or if you're studying, there's always a way to incorporate your arts into what you
Facts.
do.
Yo, like honestly, a lot of my so I didn't make a lot of money as a rapper being a rapper, but I got promoted a lot at work because I'm able to, it got me into positions where I can go, hey everyone, and welcome to How to Tuesdays. This week, we're going to be covering how you can convert this file into another file type using this product. First, head on over here and click on this tab. Yo, bro, I can do this all fucking day. I
Hey,
can do it
yo,
fast.
guys,
like, I,
how amazing is he? I was like, bro, that is amazing, like voiceover work.
I just did hundreds of them. Like, literally, we went 208 weeks and 208 weeks. Like, boom, every week. That is, it's the weirdest flex, but my best content accomplishment is a how-to series. Plus, yo, I had to write the knowledge base. That shit's a 350-page book. It's the worst book I ever wrote. Nobody wants to read it, but I wrote a book called How to Use Soda PDF. That's the product.
How to use what? Sorry.
Soda PDF. It's like the whole knowledge base is no longer me, but for like 5 years, that was my baby. So I wrote a 350-page book and tutorials on this fucking thing because I have the doc file one day and I looked at the page count and the word count and I'm like, that's a book. It's
Oh
a
my God,
really,
bro, that's amazing,
it's
bro.
nobody published it. It's just articles online. But I'm like, bro, I wrote the worst book not worst, but like nobody
It's
wants.
not words, man.
It's not like
Why are you
worst.
being so hard on yourself?
Man, that shit's, nobody wants to read that. Like you want.
Wait, you literally just told me that there's someone who always wants to engage in something,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
literally
yeah,
tell me no one wants to listen to it. Yeah, come on.
No, I mean, like in the context of what you want to be doing. Like there's active listening, and there's you're coming to this book then when you're having a bad day and you need help. Like it's not the same
But
kind of love.
but no,
It's valuable, but yo, my name's not on that shit in my opinion.
no, exactly. But you are adding a value service,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is going to, like it's all about perspective. Because if you catch that formula, where can you stop,
I
or what
mean,
else can you apply it to? And then in
documenting
that
Montreal's
territory,
hip hop scene. Oof, I'm not saying I stopped.
that's
It evolved.
that's
I'm just
dope.
saying
That's
that
dope.
part of it to me represents a lot of boring shit that like yo, but I used to like 2 a.m. fucking yo, it was like yo, the release is coming, get it done on time. And it was an insane period of life and got me used to long hours and shit. But to me it's like, yeah, at that time I was into it. Like now I'm bored with it. But at that time, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could be sitting here and maintaining the pace I maintain if it wasn't like I had to learn how to do that. But then you move up. I didn't get like paid
Big facts.
proportionately. I don't think I've ever really gotten money in the way you're supposed to get money in the way they tell you about it. But what ends up happening is you do that shit, and then now I'm in this great position. So the universe paid me in ways I wasn't expecting. It wasn't money.
Big facts. Big facts. Because the experience and value that you accumulate with the experience do monetize in the future. They just, as you're saying, they don't tell you that. You just, like the way it's presented to us, you do this, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and then it happens. And it's like, no,
No.
that's not what success looks like. That's not, it's fucked up, bro. Like, and I'm only drawing the parallel because I was designing for pharmaceutical brands with so much legal copy on a post. It didn't make sense. They know that you're not going to read it because they can't back what they're saying, or it is scientifically backed, but it's not true. I don't know why, but part of me didn't like that. But I had to recognize that, oh shit, this is used for this, but I could maybe do it in a different way for my, it's being an alchemist, but you know about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out still. So I don't even want to pretend like I'm good at shit. I just think that one day I'll be so amazing, it's all gonna work perfect.
Mm.
I just,
Feel you?
but it's still blessed that you're able to get that experience, and I think it makes you more interesting and practical as a person to work with. Like, nah, you
Yeah.
get it. But that's like a
No,
tier of experience, which makes you competitive in an international audience in a way where a lot of people are kind of gonna be stuck with local audiences. And I don't mean disrespect by that, but international is a fucking beast.
yeah. No, bro, those are big facts. And, like, I'm really, fuck, man, I hate being this positive. I'm so happy. I love, because it's not always like that. But having to face blatant racism or extremely aggressive um, types of business people, having to work late nights and sleep few hours has given me the confidence that I can just talk to any brand over the years. Because for throughout those teenage years up to my first job, I don't buy clothes. Like, I get sponsored them because you have to develop the lingo and the confidence to believe in yourself and to present yourself, to stand for something, but also to get the free clothes.
But it's also like finding value, right? I think that's the big part of it. A lot of artists and people I know don't understand value the way that I think about value. And I just had to Google the definition of value. And basically, there's three
Mm-hmm.
kinds of values that exist. There's utility value, which is value based on the idea of make somebody's life easier. There is sentimental value, which is related to emotions. You can best look at it like nostalgia and other shit like that. And then there is social status value, which means affiliations and shit increase a social status. So, in a sense, I provide through this platform status value to anybody. I'm giving you an opportunity to look cool in a sense, and I provide utility value, marketing promotional material after, and then I try to tap into emotional value all at once. So it's like the ultimate value proposition I can create with the interview. But that's what it is, right? Then my position in people's lives changes because there's a real value proposition where somebody wants that experience, right? And then that's
Big
it.
facts,
That's
bro.
all I can do with this. That's value to me. But value has nothing
No,
to do
that's
with
true
money,
value,
though.
man.
But if you actually, I just had to Google the definition of value last week and found this bless ass LinkedIn article and shit. So, like, no, there's nothing to do with money and value. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Value has nothing to do with money, it has to do with everything else.
Mm. Mm-hmm. No, I can't say anything more, man. You totally hit the nail with the hammer on that one.